Hey y'all, it's your girl Star, and today we're going to be talking about the fact that I'm 1 year post-op VSG surgery. That is so crazy to me because literally it felt like just the other day I was getting wheeled in. But today we're just going to talk about my challenges, my success, and just this whole journey for the past year. But before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and like this video if you're interested in more VSG content. That lets me know that it's something that you want to see, and I'll definitely make some more videos for sure. Also, if you want to get those updates, don't forget to also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I post another video. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So my transformation, let's start from the beginning. My highest weight was 318 pounds, and this is what I looked like. And now I am currently 185-ish as of today, and this is a picture of how I look now. As we can see, it's a pretty big difference. And just to give you a couple specs about my journey, I had the surgery December 12th of 2022, 1 month after my 30th birthday. I really was like, when I turned 30, I just was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I am uncomfortable. I don't feel great about myself, and I don't want to develop any more health issues than I already have. You know what I mean? Like, luckily I wasn't, pre-diabetic, or I didn't have high blood pressure, but I had PCOS, and I felt like my symptoms were intensified by the fact that I was heavy. Also, because I was heavy and I am only 5 foot, well, I'd say 3.5. I'm 5 foot 3.5, 5 foot 4, just depending. I'm pretty, not tall. So carrying around that much weight was really hard, and it was impacting me wanting to go work out because, like, I didn't want to go to the gym because it was more work, and I didn't feel, again, good about myself. So I stressed and looking back on it, I was depressed for a really long time, and I just didn't notice, or I didn't want to be aware. So I worked with my doctor, and I really actually just was like, I pondered this for years. I just want to say that, like, it was something that I thought about for like 4 or 5 years before I actually jumped into it, because I was like, oh, maybe I can do it by myself. Oh, this, oh, that. And then finally, when I hit 30, or I was coming up on 30, and I was like, I can't do this. So in August of 2022, I reached out to my the doctor that did my surgery, and he gave me 3 months, and he was like, you have to lose 30 pounds, and which was like 10 pounds every month, before I will work with you. And I was like, golly, like, what? I mean, like, if I could lose 30 pounds by myself, I wouldn't even be here. But he was really adamant about that, and I did lose that initial 30 pounds. I believe on surgery, I think I might have lost a little bit less, but I was like 290, I believe. And yeah, so that I had the surgery December 12th, and honestly, I can talk a little bit more about the day of in another video. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But that was the day that my life changed. So as with any surgery, none of this is a walk in the park, right? Like, you're going to have challenges, and there are going to be challenges that are known and some that are unknown. For me, I had a very, very good surgery. Like, I didn't have any issues as far as like having to do anything outside of heal when it came to my surgery. But one of the things that I did run into is mostly mental. What people don't tell you is that when you lose a lot of weight in a very short amount of time, it's like hard for you to see yourself as you are now. And that's just something that you just have to like come to terms with, because for a lot of time I thought that I was heavy. I looked heavier than the scale was showing to me. And then there were times where I was like, oh yeah, I'm really skinny, and I didn't even lose a pound. So that's just like a mind game that happens. Also, when you're thinking about it, my first 2 weeks were literal hell because you're healing. Your body had trauma, so you have to, come really come to terms with the fact that you're in pain. And also, my doctor had me on a 4-week liquid diet. The first two was like just straight liquids, and the second was full liquids for 4 weeks. So I had the surgery, and then for 4 weeks, I didn't have anything that I could chew, essentially, which was really tough. And that was like a mental thing. And one thing that I will say is that like, that's hard, but I was so scared. I wasn't taking any chances at all. Another challenge that I had was not being able to, one, eat certain foods in the beginning, because there's just certain things you can't eat, right? Like outside of after the liquid diet that I had, like you can't go in and start eating whatever you want to eat. Like there is a process of introducing new foods in your diet, and that's hard. But then like also one of the things that was really hard was distinguishing actual hunger and mind hunger, because honestly, those two things are not the same. Like your body will tell you when you're hungry, but your mind will make you crave things that you don't actually need and you're not even hungry. So just like that challenge of making sure like, okay, I am full, not because my mind tells me that I need to eat more, but because my body said, girl, you're done, it's over with. The restriction is restricting, there's nothing else. So that was pretty tough as well. Now, I did have some issues with hair loss, but girl, that was more my fault. I honestly, like I had a tough 2023. So, there were times that I did forget to take my vitamins, and again, my fault. And so my edges were gone. And I have thin hair, but I never had edges issues. So I was like, ooh. So I went to my doctor, did a panel, vitamin D deficient. And so I had to get prescription vitamin D. And then of course, like I was like, oh, let me go ahead and, take my vitamins like I'm supposed to. And that cleared up. So my edges definitely are back to regular now. And they definitely grew back pretty quick. But if you find that you are having hair loss, go to the doctor and like let them know, and they will definitely help you with that. You don't have to suffer in silence by any means. Another challenge, or I don't even know if it's a challenge, but it's just a fact, is that I have loose skin. There is not anything that you can really do about that. Some people have it, some people don't. It comes down to a lot of factors, mainly genetics, age, how slow or fast you lose. There's like so many things that play into it that if you have loose skin, it's okay. It is okay, but it's a fact, right? So my loose skin is mostly in my arms and my thighs, because those were the biggest parts of my body. I didn't have that much loose skin in my stomach. I have a little bit at the bottom, but like nothing that I really would do anything about, honestly. My problem areas mostly are my arms, and I feel like about that. So I don't know if I'm gonna fix that or not, or I might just come to terms. And the loose skin in my thighs, I honestly feel like just this year my goal is to get back in the gym and start doing like strength training for real. I think that I can fix that with just like building muscle in my legs. So hopefully, but loose skin is a fact. It might happen, it may not, but most people, if you are 30 plus, you're probably gonna have loose skin. And also, if you have a significant amount of weight to lose, you're gonna have loose skin. So let's talk about some of my successes, right? So one of the things that I think was a success for me is I have PCOS. And that's another reason why it was really, really hard for me to lose weight. And some of the symptoms of PCOS, still have PCOS, but some of the symptoms of PCOS did clear up a bit. Mainly, I had a lot of discoloration on my neck. I had a really dark neck in the back of the neck. And I also had discoloration, between my chest and underneath my breasts. And that cleared up a good bit. As you can see, I have a little acne dots, but for the most part, my neck is about the same color as the rest of my body. So that definitely cleared up. And also I had irregular cycles. My whole life, my cycle comes when it wants to come. You know what I mean? Like it could be, on time every month for 6 months and then decides to go missing for 6 months. But since I've had the surgery, it's been on time as it should every month. So I am excited for that and happy for that, because that is definitely a plus and something that was really top of mind for me. Like I'm like, I can't, like what do I need to do right to fix this? So that was a plus. The other thing again is more of a confidence thing. I feel better about myself because I look better. I tend to dress the way I actually want to versus the way I had to because of what was available in my size. And that feels so much better because I was wearing like a 4X at one point, like a 24 pants. And that was tough. And like now I am like, I want to say a 10, 12, and a like large, mostly, and some mediums and like t-shirts and things like that. So I feel more confident. I feel like I can experiment with my clothing choices more than I had the ability to before. And I'm more willing to get like dolled up and, be sexy for myself and just really, I'm feeling myself. There's nothing that I can really say outside of that. Like, and that really helps me know that before there was a bit of self-esteem issues that I didn't deal with before that I now know was the case. And in this last bit, I just want to offer inspiration and encouragement to those who are thinking about or starting their journey. It's a journey for a reason. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna wake up skinny tomorrow or the next day, but over time you will see progress. One of the things I encourage you to do is, don't step on the scale every day, step on the scale every week, but don't only measure your like how much you weigh, but measure the size of your neck, the size of your waist, the size of your chest, like those types of things, because that's really important to see your growth, because you're gonna have stalls where you're not gonna see the scale move for weeks, but you'll see that you've lost inches, and that is also a great way to not be discouraged. I also want to say, take it one step at a time. Stay as positive as you can. And remember that you did this for you. You didn't do this for anybody else. This is for you. And even when times get tough, because they will, just remember that this is you making an investment into yourself, and you're going to be who you want to be soon. Honestly, it's like a blink of an eye. In conclusion, this has been like a changing transition for me, and I'm so excited that I did it. I don't have not one regret. I would do it again if I hopefully I don't ever have to, but if I could go back in time, matter of fact, I would do it earlier than I did, because it was honestly so worth it. Lastly, if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to share your journey, definitely do so in the comments below. I'll definitely try to answer any questions, or if I need to, I'll compile all the questions and get into another video. But super excited to, share this part of my life with you all. But also know that if you're interested in more than just VSG, if you're interested in beauty, perfume, fashion, makeup, all those things, definitely gonna be turning out that content for you as well. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. Bye.